Dear students, myself Mohammad Taj, Assistant Professor from ECE Department. Today I am going to introduce the diode applications. Our subject is electronic devices and circuits. So today we are going to discussing about the diode applications. So in second unit we can learn about the basic applications of the diodes. In last unit we already learned about the basic operation of the PN junction diode. So in this unit, with the help of PN junction diode, we will make different types of circuits with the help of PN junction diode. In this regard, we can discuss about the rectifiers, filters, clippers. In this rectifiers and filters, we will make with the help of PN junction diode. Filters, we will discuss about the capacitors and inductors. Right? This is our main contents of the unit 2. So today lecture I am going to discussing about the basic operation of the rectifiers. Rectifiers. What is meant by rectifier? Rectifier is an electronic device which converts the AC to DC. What is main use of the rectifier? So why? Because generally our electronic device, they work with the DC power only, but our available source is AC. That's why we have to convert AC into the DC. So in this regard, power supplies, DC power regulated power supplies plays a major role to convert the AC to DC. So in this regard, rectifier is one of the important block to convert the AC to DC. So we will discuss what is meant by rectifier. So before discussing the rectifier, so I am going to giving small introduction about the what is meant by AC and what is meant by DC. So AC. AC stands for alternate current. So what is meant by alternate current? So for graphically, if we are discussing about the alternate current, means if I am taking time in x-axis and voltage in y-axis, how AC will represent? AC is continuously varying with the time. AC is continuously varying with time. Means generally continuously. If I am taking time period of the t, so AC is varying along with the time. AC is varying along with the time. So AC consisting the two peaks. One is the positive peak and one is the negative peak. So but our electronic device, they work with the DC. So our main motto is we have to convert this AC to DC. Then what is meant by DC? So DC means a direct current. Direct current means same axis, time versus voltage. So here we have to convert AC to DC, means continuously varying signal to the constant signal. So if we are comparing two signals, so here this signal is continuously varying along with the time, but here this signal is not varying continuously with the time. It will be coming as a constant. Like that, if I am taking 5 volts, means this 5 volts will be coming constantly. If coming to the AC, means if discussing, this one is a positive 5 volts, this one is a negative 5 volts, means so it will be varying from 0 to positive 5 volts, from positive to negative 0, 0 to again minus 5 volts, and minus 5 volts to 0. So continuously it varying with the time. This is the about the AC. So where AC is using? So mainly AC alternate current is using for the motors, like that our fans and some sort of water pumps. At the time of we are using the AC power, but our electronic gadgets, they work with the only DC. So that's why we have to convert the available source AC into the DC. That is our main motto. Right. So next, in last unit already we discussed about the basic operation of the PN junction diode. What is PN junction diode? So in this class also I am giving small introduction about the PN junction diode. So what is symbol of PN junction diode? This is the symbol of the PN junction diode. So PN junction diode having the two terminals named as anode and cathode. PN junction works in two biasing modes. What are those two biasing modes means? I will tell the basic operation of the PN junction diode. With the help of basic operation, we will go for the today our topic. So what is two biases? First bias is the forward bias. So what is meant by forward bias? When anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So this bias we are named as the forward bias. In this bias, how diode will be act? So in this bias, diode is act as a closed switch. So what is meant by closed switch means I will draw equivalent circuit in forward bias. So this is the equivalent circuit. So in this regard, in forward bias, this diode is act as a closed switch. Next bias. Next one is the reverse bias. Then what is meant by reverse bias? So when anode, so already we know the diode symbol. This is the diode basic symbol of the diode. And anode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Reverse. This bias we are named as the reverse bias. In reverse bias, diode act as an open switch. So what is meant by open switch? I will draw the equivalent circuit for this one also. So open switch means, so switch will be opens. Right? So what happened here? So for forward bias, diode, so whole current is flowing. For reverse bias, it will not, current is not flowing. So here current is not flowing. So this is the basic operation of the diode. This operation we already learned in last unit 1 itself. But for sake of knowledge, I am telling just basic introduction about the PN junction diode. Why? Because with the help of PN junction diode only, we are going to fabricate, means we are going to construct the rectifier circuit. Right. So where rectifiers we are using? So I already told our all electronic device, they works with the DC only. So what is our electronic device? Like that wireless keyboards, iPads, mobile phones, smart watches, iPods, and Wi-Fi network routers, cameras, mouse, and power bank. All they work with the DC only. But our available source is the AC. Then we have to convert the available AC into the DC. So that is our main motto. Coming to the block diagram of the RPS. So here what is meant by RPS? RPS stands for regulated power supply. So what is use of regulated power supply? So for RPS, input voltage is 230 volts AC. So that is our available source. This RPS is converting 230 volts into the 5 volts regulated DC, means constant DC. In this regard, so they have the mainly 4 block diagram to converting the available source into the regulated DC power. So in this regard, the first block is the transformer. So transformer, the second block is rectifier, and third block is filter, and fourth block is regulator. Coming to the first block. First block is transformer. So what is meant by transformer? So transformer which transfer the energy from input to output without changing its frequency. That is the first block of the transformer. How transformer will be act? So how we will choose the transformer? So generally transformer, coming to the construction of the transformer. Coming to the construction of the transformer, transformer having the two windings. One is the primary winding. So at the primary winding we are giving the 230 volts, 50 hertz AC source. At the secondary end we are taking the output. So how this output will come? How this output will come? So this output will come along with the, depends upon the secondary turn. For this we have the one relationship. So what is that relation? What is the relationship? So that relationship is V input divided by V output is equal to NP by NS. V input means input voltage of the transformer, that is 230 volts. V output means our required voltage, and NP means number of turns at the primary, and NS is number of turns at the secondary. So here V output is directly proportional to the NS windings. So we are reducing the windings means the magnitude is going to reduces. When increases the windings means the magnitude is increases. How means? If I want 5 volts means that 230 volts is AC is converting into the 5 volts AC. Then I have to reduce the number of turns at the secondary end. So if I want to increase means increase 230 volts to again 420 volts means I have to increase the number of turns at the secondary side. This is the basic operation of the transformer. But generally our electronic devices, they work with the 5 volts or else 12 volts, maximum up to 30 volts on DC only. So here we require the step down transformer. Right? So transformers are classified into two types. One is the step up transformer, and second one is the step down transformer. But for our rectifiers we need the step down transformer. Right? This is the first block. Coming to the second block. So what is the second block? Second block is a rectifier. So already I told you. So rectifier is a device, electronic device which converts the AC to pulsating DC. Which converts the AC to pulsating DC. Then so rectifier input is the AC. Then this is the input of the rectifier. The output of the rectifier is, okay, we are getting the only pulses, right? Only positive pulses. That is use of the rectifier. So diode, PN junction diode is act as a rectifier. How it will be act, we will learn in next. Coming to the filters. Next block is filter. So here filters, they smoothen the pulsating DC to the pure DC. So for filters, so input is the pulsating DC, the output is the pure form of DC. Here also we are not getting that much of purification, right? With the help of regulators, we will give the that much of purification, that constancy we will provide. So regulators, they will provide the constant 5 volts DC. These are the 4 blocks we are used in the RPS, regulated power supplies. So Coming to the regulated power supply block diagram. So I want to tell with the help of waveforms, the input is 230 volts AC. So here we having the 230 volts AC, and the output of the transformers 5 volts peak to peak AC. The rectifier output is, we are getting the only pulsating DC. The output of the filter, we are getting the pulsating DC to some pure DC. The regulator will provide the constant amount of the voltage. This is the basic block diagram of the regulated power supply. In this section, we will discuss about the different types of the rectifiers. Coming to the rectifiers. So we have to learn basic definition of the rectifier. This is very important thing. Why? Because we have to learn basic definition. Why? Because this is very important thing. So what is basic definition of the rectifier? So rectifier is an electronic device which converts the AC to pulsating DC. This is the basic definition of the rectifiers. Coming to the types of the rectifiers. Generally, rectifiers are classified into 3 types. First one is half wave rectifier, second one is full wave rectifier, and third one is bridge rectifier. So we have the 3 types of the rectifiers. Why we have 3 rectifiers? What is the basic operation of the rectifiers? We will see in next sessions. Coming to the half wave rectifier. So half wave rectifier. So how why named as this half wave rectifier? So I will tell. So after telling this operation of the rectifier, so at the input side we have the first block of the transformer. This is the first block of the RPS, that is transformers. So here we are using the which type of transformer? Here we are using the step down transformer. The step down transformer secondary terminal, one terminal anode is giving to the diode one end, and diode cathode is connected to the one of the terminal of the resistor, and resistor second end we are giving to the secondary terminal second end. So this is the basic construction of the half wave rectifier. Then how half wave rectifier is work. So I will explain with the help of waveforms. So at the secondary side also we are getting the AC signal only, right? At secondary also we are getting the AC signal only. So I already told AC means alternate current. This is consisting of the positive peaks and negative peaks. What happened with positive peak and what happened with negative peak? When positive peak is connecting to the anode terminal at the time of positive peak, so diode is in forward bias. Forward bias means diode is act as a closed switch. At this time, this current, whole current is passing from the anode to cathode. Conventional current whole is flowing from the anode to cathode. So this whole positive pulse we are getting at the output side. At the time of negative pulse, so negative is connected to the anode terminal. So negative is connected to the anode means diode is in reverse bias. In this reverse bias, diode is in open switch. Open switch means current does not flows at the output side. Means this negative pulse is suppressed. So every time only positive pulse is coming at the output end and negative pulse is suppressed. This is the basic operation of the rectifier. So at the output side we are getting only positive pulses. That too we are getting the only half of the pulse. So we are taking only full pulse means this is totally one full sine wave. So full sine wave. In full sine wave, half of the pulse is coming at the output side, half of the pulse is suppressed. That's why this rectifier is named as the half wave rectifier. So this is the basic operation of the half wave rectifier, right? Coming to the half wave rectifier waveforms. So half wave rectifier waveforms, our input is AC signal. So generally x-axis we are taking time and y-axis we are taking as a voltage. Input signal is AC signal. So this is consisting the positive peak and negative, positive, negative, and similarly here also. So this is the input of the rectifier. This is the input of the rectifier. So what is output of rectifier? Already we learned the basic operation of the rectifier, na? So this at the time here output of the rectifier. So output of the rectifier, only positive pulses are coming. So only positive pulses are coming. So only this positive is coming at the output side, negative is suppressed. So that's why this rectifier we are named as the half wave rectifier, right? This is the basic animation of the half wave rectifier. So at the time of positive peak, so same positive peak is coming at the output, and at the time of negative peak it is going to the suppress. Again positive peak is coming, right? This is the basic operation of the half wave rectifier, right? In this instant, so we are going for the full wave rectifier. Why we are going for the full wave rectifier? So half wave rectifier having the some disadvantages. What are those disadvantages? Means first one is half wave rectifier having the high ripple factor. Ripple factor. So we will analyze after completing of all explanations. We will analyze mathematically all rectifiers itself. So ripple factor means so some sort of ripples, means some sort of AC component is high at the half wave rectifier. So we need only DC components. That's why here high ripple factor. This is the main disadvantage. The second disadvantage is efficiency. So efficiency, generally we need high efficiency, but half of the power is coming output side. That's why here efficiency also very less. Generally theoretically it is 40 point. So efficiency is 40.6% only. So coming to the transformer utilization factor. So transformer utilization factor also very low. Regarding these disadvantages, we are moving for the full wave rectifier. What is meant by full wave rectifier? Full wave rectifier, first generally we are using the one important thing here we have to learn about the full wave rectifier. Generally, I told you here in any rectifiers we have to use the step down transformer. Here I want to introduce another type of the transformer. This is the center tapped step down transformer. Center tapped step down transformer means at secondary side, at middle also we are taking the one terminal. So here at the output side we are getting the two waves. Two waves means this is the first output and this is the second output. So already we are named as the sine wave. So here we are getting this positive to negative wave. Here we are getting the negative to positive wave. Right? In this regard, so full wave rectifier, here we are using the two diodes. In half wave rectifier we are using the only single diode. So here first anode is connected to the here, and cathode is connected to the load resistor. Here here also anode is connected to the one end of the transformer and cathode is connected to the load. So here we are taking the output. So this is the middle, another resistance, another terminal we are connecting to the ground. So what is basic of operation of the full wave rectifier? So at the time of first pulse, so here we are getting the positive pulse, here we are getting the negative pulse. Here positive is connecting to the diode D1 anode terminal, means diode is in forward bias. right? So this whole positive peak is coming at the output side. So I will draw same thing here. So for diode D1 positive pulse is coming to the here. So at same time negative is connected to the anode terminal of the D2. So D2 is in open circuit. So diode D2 is not open circuit, means not working. So here current is not flowing. So at this node, so both currents are adding, means so only one positive peak is coming at the output side, right? The second pulse, here we having the negative pulse, here we having the positive pulse. At the time of negative is connecting to the anode, means diode is in reverse bias, here diode is in forward bias. So here positive peak is coming at the this side along with the diode D2, right? So this is reverse bias, means open circuit. So this is I will explain it next. So for the next peak, this is negative peak, this is the positive peak. So this positive peak is coming at the output side. So continuously we are getting the continuous full pulses. That's why this rectifier we are named as the full wave rectifier. Coming to the waveforms of the full wave rectifier. So here we have the coming to the waveforms of the full wave rectifier. Here coming to the waveforms of the full wave rectifier. So for full wave rectifier, the secondary side we have the two inputs, right? So first input is positive, negative, positive and negative. The second input is we are getting the reverse order. But this is input 1, input 2 is, so we are getting the reverse order. So here negative, positive, negative, positive. So what is output of the rectifier? So here diode D1 is in forward bias for the input 1. For diode D1 we are getting the here positive pulse and positive pulse. This is coming along with the diode D1. So diode D2 we are getting the here two outputs, right? This one is diode D2 outputs. Finally at a node, so these all positive pulses are added and we are getting the continuous positive pulses. That's why this rectifier we are named as the full wave rectifier, right? So this is the I already told, right? So at the time of positive peak, so it will be at the time of positive peak diode D1 is on. At the time of second positive peak diode D2 is on. This is the basic operation of the full wave rectifier. But the basic disadvantage of full wave rectifier means we have to use the center tapped transformer. The cost of the center tap transformer is very high. That's why we are replacing this center tap transformer with the normal transformer, and but here we are using the 4 diodes. That's why in the like this. So like that bridge connection. That's why this rectifier we are named as the bridge rectifier. Bridge rectifier also the full wave rectifier only. So how it will be work? So at the secondary side, so here also we are getting the positive peak and negative peak, right? But here the diode, as per diode connections, so at a time 2 diodes are working. How it will be working means at the time of positive peak, so here positive peak is coming means this one is anode, cathode, anode, cathode, anode, cathode, anode and cathode. So at the time of positive peak, so diode D2 is forward bias, means current is passing from here to here. After that, positive peak is coming at this side, but at positive is connecting to the cathode. So this is off stage, right? So this is off means this current is flowing from load resistance. This is coming to the this side, and this positive is flowing to the anode to cathode, means that whole circuit is closes. Finally, at output side we are getting the positive peak, right? This is the first operation. Coming to the negative peak. So coming to the negative peak. So what happened with negative peak? Coming to the negative peak. So what happened with the negative peak? So positive peak, so which diodes are acting? D2 and D4 are working. So are in forward bias. At the time of negative peak, so here negative peak means negative is connected to the, here this cathode means this diode D1 is in forward bias. So current is passing from here to here, and current is coming to the here, right? So here current is coming here to here. So here negative is coming. So negative means here which one is going to work. So here again diode D3 is working. So current is flowing this side, right? Like this circuit is closing. So here this negative also is coming as a, so this is for the first two D2 and D4 diodes. This positive pulse is coming along with the D3 and D1 diodes. Like that circuit will be closes and output will coming with the help of normal second transformer instead of the center tap transformer. This is main advantage of the bridge rectifier. So waveforms means, so here we have the only one sine wave, right? But we are getting the continuously positive pulses, right? Continuously positive pulses. At first positive pulse is coming with the two diodes, and second positive pulse is coming along with the two diodes. This is the operation of the bridge rectifier. This is about the operation of the rectifiers, right? So with this instant we have to analyze different types, these three rectifiers with the different factors. So that analysis part we will discuss in next session, right? Thank you.